जय जगन्नाथ। वेलकम बैक टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल स्टडी विथ शुभा। आज इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ कंप्यूटर MCQ डिस्कसन करिबा। ऑलरेडी प्रीवियस क्लास रे तार सब डिटेल्स पढ़ी सारिछे। तो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन होची व्हाट इज ए कंप्यूटर। ऑप्शन होची इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मशीन, ऑल ऑफ दिस पावर मशीन, नॉन ऑफ दिस इलेक्ट्रिक मशीन। आंसर होची इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मशीन। A dash is an electronics device that process data and convert it into information. Option होची computer, system, processor, none of this case. Answer हबो computer. Computer गोटे इलेक्ट्रोनिक्स डिवाइस दे डाटा को प्रोसेस करके इनफॉरमेशन में कन्वर्ट करता है। डैश इज प्रोसेस इन इनफॉरमेशन बाय कंप्यूटर प्रोसेसर। ऑप्शन होची नंबर, डाटा, प्रोसेसर, नॉन ऑफ दिस इनपुट। आंसर होची डाटा। डाटा प्रोसेस होता है इनफॉरमेशन रे, एटा होची कंप्यूटर प्रोसेसर द्वारा। व्हाट इज ATM। ऑप्शन होची ब्रांच ऑफ बैंक, विड्रॉल ऑफ कैश विदाउट स्टाफ, ऑल ऑफ दिस स्टाफ, काउंटर ऑफ बैंक, नॉन ऑफ दिस। आंसर होची विड्रॉल ऑफ कैश विदाउट स्टाफ। बिना स्टाफ रे भी आम कैश विड्रॉल करबा ATM रो यूजेस। मीनिंग ऑफ डाटा प्रोसेसिंग इज। डाटा प्रोसेसिंग रो मीनिंग कोन। ऑप्शन होची collection of data, doing calculation, preparing information for business use, working of computer, none of these। आंसर हम none of these। ये भितर कौन सीटा भी नुहे। पार्ट ऑफ CPU which coordinate all function of computer and other component। ऑप्शन होची मदरबोर्ड, ALU, कोऑर्डिनेशन बोर्ड, नॉन ऑफ दिस कंट्रोल यूनिट। आंसर होची कोऑर्डिनेशन बोर्ड। डाटा गोइंग टू कंप्यूटर इज कॉल्ड ऑपरेट, कैलकुलेशन, एल्गोरिथम, फ्लो चार्ट, इनपुट। आंसर होची इनपुट। जोटा डाटा दिया जाए ताको इनपुट कहबा। इनपुट इज मॉडिफाई इनटू आउटपुट बाय का द्वारा मॉडिफाई होता है। ऑप्शन होची पेरिफेराल, इनपुट आउटपुट यूनिट, मेमोरी, CPU, स्टोरेज। आंसर होची CPU द्वारा इनपुट मॉडिफाई होता है। व्हिच वन ऑफ दिस इज नॉट ए कैरेक्टरिस्टिक और फंक्शन ऑफ कंप्यूटर। कोटा कंप्यूटर फंक्शन हुए। ऑप्शन होची डाटा कलेक्शन, डाटा आउटपुट, डाटा स्टोरेज, डाटा कॉपी, डाटा प्रोसेसिंग। आंसर होची डाटा कॉपी। कलेक्शन करता है, आउटपुट बाहर करता है, स्टोर करके रखिता है, प्रोसेसिंग करता है। एटा होची कंप्यूटर फंक्शन, किंतु डाटा कॉपी फंक्शन हुए। व्हिच इज कॉल्ड डाटा इन कंप्यूटर। कोटा को डाटा कहबा। नंबर, इनफॉरमेशन प्रोवाइडेड, इनफॉरमेशन कंटेनिंग नंबर एंड सिंबल, नॉन ऑफ दिस सिंबल। आंसर होची नॉन ऑफ दिस। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, इनफॉरमेशन इन कंप्यूटर इज कॉल्ड डाटा, स्टोर डाटा, नंबर, नॉन ऑफ दिस सिंबल। आंसर होची स्टोर डाटा। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हिच इज ए पार्ट ऑफ CPU। ऑप्शन होची कीबोर्ड, ALU, प्रिंटर, नॉन ऑफ दिस टैप। आंसर होची ALU इज ए पार्ट ऑफ CPU। व्हाट इज EDP। EDP रा फुल फॉर्म कौन। ऑप्शन होची इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डाटा पार्ट, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डाटा पावर, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डाटा पर्सनल, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डाटा प्रोसेसिंग, नॉन ऑफ दिस। आंसर होची इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डाटा प्रोसेसिंग। CPU स्टैंड फॉर कवर प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट, सेंट्रल प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट, नॉन ऑफ दिस कंट्रोल प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट, ऑल। आंसर होची सेंट्रल प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट। ALU stand for ऑप्शन होची अरिथमेटिक लॉजिक यूनिट, अरिथमेटिक लॉन्ग यूनिट, अरिथमेटिक लार्ज यूनिट, ऑल नॉन ऑफ दिस। आंसर होची अरिथमेटिक लॉजिक यूनिट। व्हिच ऑफ दिस इज CPU। कोटा CPU। ऑप्शन होची चिप, पेरिफेराल, बॉक्स, नॉन ऑफ दिस सर्किट। आंसर होची चिप। बेसिक ऑपरेशन डन बाय कंप्यूटर को ऑपरेशन करता है। अरिथमेटिक ऑपरेशन, डाटा स्टोरेज, लॉजिकल ऑपरेशन, ऑल नॉन ऑफ दिस। ऑल ऑपरेशन करता है। अरिथमेटिक ऑपरेशन करता है, डाटा भी स्टोर करता है, लॉजिकल ऑपरेशन मध्य करता है। डैश इज कॉल्ड ब्रेन ऑफ कंप्यूटर। ऑप्शन होची CPU, सॉफ्टवेयर, मॉनिटर, नॉन ऑफ दिस मोडेम। आंसर होची CPU, सेंट्रल प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट। व्हिच ऑफ दिस एस्टैब्लिश लिंक बिटवीन वीडियो एंड कीबोर्ड। वीडियो कीबोर्ड भितर किए लिंक करता है। ऑप्शन होची प्रिंटर, टर्मिनल, माउस, नॉन ऑफ दिस CPU। आंसर होची CPU। व्हिच पार्ट ऑफ कंप्यूटर इज यूज फॉर कैलकुलेटिंग एंड कंपेयरिंग। किए कैलकुलेटिंग एंड कंपेयरिंग दीटा काम करता है। ALU, मोडेम, कंट्रोल यूनिट, नॉन ऑफ दिस डिस्क यूनिट। आंसर होची ALU। फंक्शन ऑफ CPU इज कोटा CPU रे फंक्शन अरिथमेटिक कैलकुलेशन, कंपैरिजन बिटवीन द वैल्यू ऑफ टू ऑब्जेक्ट, सर्च ऑफ डिजायर्ड डाटा इन आर्टिफिशियल मेमोरी, एंड बी बोथ नॉन ऑफ दिस। नॉन ऑफ दिस। आंसर होची नॉन ऑफ दिस। व्हिच यूनिट कंट्रोल द मूवमेंट ऑफ सिग्नल बिटवीन CPU एंड IO। किए कंट्रोल करता है। ऑप्शन होची ALU, कंट्रोल यूनिट, मेमोरी यूनिट, सेकेंडरी स्टोरेज, नॉन ऑफ दिस। आंसर होची कंट्रोल यूनिट। कंप्यूटर इज नेम एज डैश इंटेलिजेंस। ऑप्शन होची प्योर, ऑल, ह्यूमन, नॉन ऑफ दिस आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस। आंसर होची आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस। द थ्री मेन पार्ट्स ऑफ प्रोसेसर आर। प्रोसेसर तीनटा मेन पार्ट होची ALU, कंट्रोल यूनिट, रजिस्टर, केज, कंट्रोल यूनिट, रजिस्टर, RAM, CD-ROM, ALU, कंट्रोल यूनिट एंड RAM। आंसर होची ALU, कंट्रोल यूनिट एंड रजिस्टर। What is function of the central processing unit of a computer? Option होची creative inputs, delete data, none of these perform calculation and processing, corrupt the data. Answer होची perform calculation and processing. Capacity of computer is limited, high, unlimited, none of these, low. Answer होची limited. Controlling part of computer is printer, hard disk, keyboard, none of these. Answer होची none of these. Computer is a device which is able to store data, a device which is able to analyze data, a device which is able to maintain full security, sometime attacked by virus. Select a correct answer. Option होची 1 and 2, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 4, all, none of these. Answer होची all. The basic computer processing cycle consists of input, processing, output, system application, data information and application, hardware, software and storage. None of these. Answer होची input, processing and output. Compare each. Arithmetic function of ALU, input and output of ALU. None of these. Logical function of ALU, all. Answer होची logical function of ALU. कंपेयर करते हैं. थियोरी फॉर वर्किंग ऑफ कंप्यूटर इज इनपुट, ऑल, आउटपुट, नॉन ऑफ दिस, प्रोसेस. आंसर होची प्रोसेस. मेन कंपोनेंट ऑफ सीपीयू इज कंट्रोल यूनिट, ऑल, मेमोरी, नॉन ऑफ दिस, एलयू. आंसर होची ऑल. प्रोसेस डाटा ऑफ कंप्यूटर इज कॉल्ड इनपुट, आउटपुट, प्रोसेस, ऑल, नॉन ऑफ दिस. आंसर होची आउटपुट. फंक्शन ऑफ सीपीयू इज control input and output device, immediate storage of data, read the instruction and give command, all, none of the. Answer होची all. What is output? Which is taken by user to processor, which is get to processor by user, which is get to user from processor, which is get to process by user, none of the. Answer होची which is get to user from processor पाखरु user जहाँ पाई थाए सेटा होची output. Next question. Part of computer which does addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and comparison. Option होची ALU, control, memory, all of this, CPU. Answer होची ALU. General mathematical operation performed for CPU is ALU, register, DIMM, none of these, boss. Answer होची ALU, arithmetic logic unit. The basic goal of computer process is to convert data into, option होची files, graphs, tables, none of this, information. Answer होची information. data को information में convert करता है. The information you put into the computer is called को information जोटा देई था ताको कौन कहबा. option होची facts, directory, data, none of these, files. Answer होची data. Arithmetic operation first होची involve matching one data item with another to determine if it is first item is greater than or equal or less than other item. Second होची sort data item ascending to standard, predefined criteria and ascending order to descending order. Use condition with operators such as and or not. Include addition, subtraction, multiplication or division. None of these. Answer होची include addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. एटा करिथा arithmetic operation माने सेटा. Processing involves कौन involves था inputting data into a computer system, transforming input into output, displaying output is a user manner, providing relevant answer. None of these. Answer होची transforming input into output. Processing involved था. Processing involved कौन transforming input into output. Processing होची input को output रे convert करिबाटा था अर्थ. Input, output and processing device group together represent. Option होची mobile device, circuit board, none of these, information processing circle, computer system. Answer होची computer system. The name of location of a particular piece of data is it? Address, data location, memory, none of these, storage seats. Answer होची address. Dash is part of computer that does the arithmetic calculation. Option होची memory, ALU, OS, none of these, CPU. Answer होची ALU. A CPU contained, option होची card reader and printing device, an analytic engine and control unit, a control unit and arithmetic logic unit, a arithmetic logic unit and card reader. None of these. Answer होची a control unit and arithmetic logic unit CPU रे थाए. Next question. The benefit of using computer is that computer are very fast and can store huge amount of data. Next option. Computer provide accurate output even when input is incorrect. Computer are designed to be inflexible. All of these, none of these. Answer होची computer are very fast and can store huge amount of data. Computation and logical operation are performed by option which is RAM, ALU, control unit. None of these register. Answer which is ALU. The function of CPU is to provide external storage or text to communicate with the operator to read, interpret and process the information and instruction and assembler. Answer which is to read, interpret and process the information and instruction. CPU ର କାମ. Example of non-numeric data: employee address, all of these examination score, none of these bank balance. Non-numeric data होची employee address, सबू numeric data. examination score इटा सबू numeric number, bank balance भी numeric number. The information you put into the computer is called directory, files, facts, output, data. Dash is data that has been organized or presented in a meaningful fashion. Option which is process, information, storage. None of these software. Answer which is information. The part of computer that coordinate all its function is called its ROM program, arithmetic logic unit. None of these system boards, control unit. Answer which is control unit. Dash represent raw facts, whereas dash is meaningful data. Option which is information reporting, information bits. None of these data, information, records, bytes. Answer which is data and information. माने data represent raw fact, whereas information is meaningful data. The benefit of using computer is that computer use करिबार benefit कौन? Computer are very fast and can store huge amount of data. Computer provide accurate output even when input is incorrect. Computer are designed to be inflexible. All of these, none of these. Answer which computer are very fast and can store huge amount of data. The function of CPU is to provide external storage or text to communicate with the operator, to read, interpret, process the information and instruction, to provide a hard copy. None of these. Answer which is to read, interpret and process the information and instruction. Dash is process of carrying out command. Option which is fetching, executing, storing. None of this decoding. Answer which is executing is the process of carrying out command. Next question. Computer gather data, which means they allow user to dash data. Option which is present, input, store. None of these output. Answer which is output. Which of the following is not the major function of a computer? कोड़ा major function हुए? Processing data into information, storing data and information, analyzing data or information, gathering data. None of these. Answer which is analyzing data or information. The central processing unit is option which is contain the electronic circuit that cause processing to occur, make information resulting from processing available for use, allow data and program commands and user response to be entered into a computer, consist of electronic component that store data. None of these. Answer which make the information resulting from the processing available for user. A collection of unprocessed item is information, report, data. None of this memory. Answer which is data. Next question. The dash is responsible for performing calculation and content decision making mechanism. Option which is central processing unit, arithmetic and logic unit. None of this memory unit, output unit. Answer which is arithmetic logic unit. This component is required to process data into information and consist of integrated circuit. Option which is hard disk, ROM, RAM. None of this CPU. Answer which is CPU. Computer manipulate data in many ways and this manipulation is called utilizing, processing, batching. None of this upgrading. Answer which is processing. Dash is the result of produced by a computer. Option which is data, input, memory. None of this output. Answer which is output. In an information system, alphanumeric data normally take the forms of option which is sentence and paragraph, number and alphabetic character, graphic shapes and figures, human voice and other sound. None of these. Answer which is number and alphabetic character. Memory unit is a part of option which is control unit, input device, central processing unit, output device. None of these. Answer which is central processing unit. Next question. Computer dash is whatever is type submitted or transmitted to a computer system. Option which input, circuitry, output. None of this data. Answer which input. Manipulating data to create information is known as ऑप्शन होची फीडबैक, एनालाइजिंग, प्रोग्रामिंग, नॉन ऑफ दिस प्रोसेसिंग। आंसर होची प्रोसेसिंग। डैश रिप्रेजेंट रॉ फैक्ट हु where each dash is data made meaningful. Option होची information reporting, information bits, records bytes, data information bits byte. Answer होची data information. Handwritten hardware used to translate word, sound, image and action that people understand into a form that the system unit can process is known as. ऑप्शन होची डिवाइस ड्राइव्स, आउटपुट डिवाइस, डिवाइस रीडर्स, नॉन ऑफ दिस इनपुट डिवाइस। आंसर होची इनपुट डिवाइस। The dash tell the rest of computer how to carry out a program instruction. Option होची ALU, motherboard, control unit, none of the system unit, control unit. The information processing cycle include the following process: input, processing, output, storage. Input, output, manipulating arithmetic, data processing, printing, editing, storage, display, data information and none of these. Answer होची input, processing, output and storage. The arithmetic logic unit perform the function. Option होची check data for accuracy, does calculation using addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, does logical comparison such as equal, greater than and less than, does both calculation and logical comparison, none of these. Answer होची does both calculation and logical comparison. The computer processor consists of following parts are CPU, main memory, hard disk and floppy disk, main memory and storage, operation system and application, control unit and ALU. Answer होची control unit and ALU. A microprocessor is the brain of computer in also called. Option होची microchip, calculator, microchip software, microprocessor. Answer होची microchip. Main memory work in conjunction with. Option होची special function card, CPU, Intel, RAM, all of these. Answer होची CPU. Question होची the main job of a CPU is to carry out program instructions, store data information for future use, process data and information, none of these, both A and C. Answer होची both A and C. Carry out program instruction, process data and information. When speaking of computer input and output, input refer to. Option होची any data processing that occur from new data input into computer, retrieval of data and information that has been input into the computer, data and or information that has been entered into the computer, the transmission of data that has been input into the computer. Answer होची both C and out होची both C and D above. Answer होची both C and D. माने data or information that has been entered to the computer, the transmission of data has been input to the computer. All of the logic and mathematical calculation done by computer happen in. Option होची system board, central processing unit, motherboard, memory, central control unit. Answer होची central processing unit, CPU. The primary goal of computer system is to turn data into. Option होची idea, report, suggestion, picture, information. Answer होची information. এটা অলরেডি সরি যাইছে arithmetic operation. তার आंसर কই দেউছি include addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Next question. Once information is input into a computer, it becomes. Option होची objects, facts, data, none of these, idea. Answer होची data. Input, output and processing device grouped together represent an. Option होची mobile device, circuit board, information processing cycle, computer system, none of these. Answer होची computer system. An electronic device operating under the control of information that can accept data, process data, produce output and store the result for future use. Option होची input, hardware, computer, none of these, software. Answer होची computer. The CPU comprises of control memory and dash unit. Option होची microprocessor, ROM, arithmetic logic unit, input, output. Answer होची arithmetic and logic unit. Next question. To display the content of a folder in Windows Explorer, you should. Option होची click on it, give it a password, collapse it, rename it, name it. Answer होची click on it. C in CPU denoted central computer, common circuitry, convenient. Answer होची central processing unit. Dash device convert human understandable data and program into a form that the computer. Option होची printing, monitor, output into input. Answer होची input. The three main components of a computer are. Option होची RAM, input output device, central processing unit. Second होची tab, floppy disk, monitor, central processing unit, floppy disk, monitor, central processing unit, monitor and printer. Answer होची RAM, input output device. द octal equivalent to the binary number ଏଇଟା କାଲକୁଲେସନ୍ କରିକି ବାହାର କଲେ ଆନ୍ସର୍ ହେବ ଏତିକି। ନେକ୍ସଟ ହେଉଛି ଦି ଟର୍ମ ଗିଗୋ ଇଜ୍ ରିଲେଟେଡ୍ ଟୁ ଅପସନ୍ ହେଉଛି ଏକୁରେସି ଭର୍ସାଲିଟି ଅଟୋମେଟିକ୍ ଫ୍ଲେକ୍ସିବିଲିଟି ଆନ୍ସର୍ ହେଉଛି ଏକୁରେସି। ଏ କମ୍ପ୍ୟୁଟର ଏକ୍ଜିକ୍ୟୁଟ୍ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ୍ ଇନ୍ ଦ ସିକ୍ୱେନ୍ସ ଅଫ୍ ଅପସନ୍ ହେଉଛି ଷ୍ଟୋର୍ ଫେଜ୍ ଏକ୍ଜିକ୍ୟୁଟ୍ ଏକ୍ଜିକ୍ୟୁଟ୍ ଫେଜ୍ ଡିକୋଡ୍ ଏକ୍ଜିକ୍ୟୁଟ୍ ଡିକୋଡ୍ ଫେଜ୍ ଏକ୍ଜିକ୍ୟୁଟ୍ ଆନ୍ସର୍ ହେବ ଫେଜ୍ କରିବା ତାପରେ ଡିକୋଡ୍ କରିବା ଏକ୍ଜିକ୍ୟୁଟ୍ କରିବା। ଏତିକିରେ ସରିଲା ଇଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଡକ୍ସନ୍ ଅଫ୍ କମ୍ପ୍ୟୁଟର MCQ। ନେକ୍ସଟ କ୍ଲାସ୍ରେ ଜେନେରେସନ୍ ଅଫ୍ କମ୍ପ୍ୟୁଟର ପଢ଼ିବା। ଯଦି ମୋ ଚ୍ୟାନେଲ୍ ଭଲ ଲାଗୁଛି ଲାଇକ୍ କରନ୍ତୁ, ସେୟାର କରନ୍ତୁ ଆଣ୍ଡ ସବସ୍କ୍ରାଇବ୍ କରନ୍ତୁ।